guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my mid-month melt, or what I've melted the first half of May, and I'd still say it's quite a bit. So before we get started, I'm going to tell you what's on my nails. I know it's crazy. It's yellow, it's orange, it's both. Well, both of these are from the Sally Hansen Hard as Nails Extreme Wear. This yellow one is in the color Mellow Yellow, number 349, and the one in orange is Sun Kissed in 329. So I just have them kind of oddly put onto my nails. I want some sunshine, I want some brightness, because it is, spring going into summer. Yeah. All right, so as I mentioned at the very beginning here, I believe I went through a lot. So let's just start on with the candles. The very first candle, and I always have the information down below in the description bar, but this candle here is in the scent called Whiskey, and this is from the Candle Daddy. Now, I love whiskey, rye, personally, and anyway, but I'm not a big fan of the scent of this candle. I think it's just too smoky. Like, it's definitely not just whiskey, it's the smoky barrel and things like that, which normally I like, but if I feel like there's a little bit much smoke and less of the whiskey or the alcoholic note, but I do enjoy burning their candles. I've said this before, the Candle Daddy, I've melted their wax melts and burned their candles, and their candles are my favorite way to use their scent. As you can see here, very nice burn. I always trim the wick prior to the next burn, so that's it there. But this is not a scent I would probably purchase in the future, but I do love their candles. Then up next, we have the very last candle in the trio that I purchased from the House of Sillage. This one is in Endless Tropics. This one is described as leaves drenched in tropical bliss are infused with the essence of amber, dark musk, and a hint of teakwood and peppercorn. Don't know where they come up with these names. It is definitely teakwood. There's definitely peppercorn in there. I don't necessarily get a whole lot of fruit. It's definitely more masculine leaning, more heady, more dark. So Endless Tropics is the name itself. Totally does not suit the scent to me anyway. I think of Endless Tropics, I'm thinking like a pina colada or something like that, something light and airy. This is definitely weighty and strong. The burn on this so far is so good, but you guys, if you saw that last video I did with the last House of Sillage candle that I did burn, where the whole jar cracked on me, yeah, so I'm just waiting for it. Anyway, so here is the candle here. It's doing well. Again, I trim my wicks prior to my next burn, so that is where this one's at. So far, so good, but I will keep you posted. So I'm going to show you some items that I'm not quite finished yet, but it's going to be done by the end of the month for sure. So this is a Super Tarts Wax Melt in Zombieland, and this one is in Golden Snack Cakes and Espresso. I just have 2 cubes left. She is strong. So the Golden Snack Cakes, I kind of more or less get like a graham cracker kind of scent to the espresso. Very, very good. Less is more. I will say that about Super Tarts and a couple other companies, but you don't need a lot of wax and you can scent your entire space up. I like to personally use a lot of things with kind of a coffee or a tea like scent to it on the weekends, kind of as a treat. And I'm nearing the end of this bag that Ramona, who is so sweet, she bought like a tumbler of this Yankee Candle Sun-Drenched Apricot Rose when she saw it when I was visiting her April of 2019, and she showed me how she melted it down, and then she had these little silicone little molds, and anyway, so she poured that into the molds, let the molds cool, and she made these cute little like daisies for me. These are beautiful, but what's even more beautiful is the scent. And I'm happy to say that I'm on the customers list for Rainbow Melts, which is another top vendor of mine, that I know she does a sun-drenched apricot rose, and I most certainly would be getting it in a loaf. It is one of my favorite scents, and I've kind of been hoarding this one, i.e. I've had it for quite some time and trying not to use too much of it because I really enjoy it, but if I'm on the customs list, I will definitely give this a shot in the future. All right, on to empties. So we have an empty candle. Hurrah! So this one again is from the Candle Daddy. This is in Cherry Tobacco. I love this one. Nelson really loved this one. As I always say, the burn is really good to about halfway, and then about halfway to about here, The wick tends to shift off to one side, hence why you see a lot of soot on one side over the other. But then from about here where it starts getting nasty, it corrects itself towards the bottom. So there you have it, and it's self-extinguished. And I love the scent. It's very unique. I don't know of any candle brand that does this particular scent. There's a really yummy, sweet, sugary cherry, very sweet tobacco, that kind of thing. It kind of reminds me of like those cherry Colts cigars. Anyway, back in the day. Anyway, that's what this smells like to me and my nose. I love the scent. So speaking of Candle Daddy, we have a I Fucking Love You Wax Melts. This one is in Sea Salt and Orchid. This one was okay. Again, as I mentioned earlier, between wax melts and candles, I really do prefer their candles more than their wax melts on a personal level. But I love their names. Their names crack me up. Clearly this one was probably made for Valentine's Day or around that time. Really, it was a really nice melt. It did well. It didn't do anything extravagant. It didn't really throw very far, but it was a regular melt. It was a nice, decent throw. But again, if I were to choose between a candle and a wax melt, I'd choose the candles. So back to Super Tarts, we have a couple different designs and packaging. There's this one here. This one in particular is in Sentinel, and Sentinel is herbal, lavender, blackberry, and marshmallow. So I used 1 cube each time I warmed it in my warmer in the bedroom, and I really love this one. This is a repurchase of mine. And again, as mentioned earlier, Super Tarts, less is more. You don't need a lot, you get a good throw, and it lasts for a really long time. Most of her wax for me, if I didn't have the collection I do, I'd probably be able to melt them consistently for days and still have a lot of that scent. So this is Sentinel, and this has been a repurchase of mine and will be a repurchase in the future. Then we have a bathroom scent that I love. This is the other kind of sticker that they had. This is from Wax Wednesday 2019, whereas that one there that I just talked about was from Wax Wednesday 2020. So Blanche is one of my favorite bathroom melts, and this is described as laundry, fizzy grapes, geranium, patchouli, sweet musk, and lollipops. Really enjoy this one. It's so nice and lovely. I do enjoy Brandy's laundry scents. The fizzy grapes, I get a little bit of grape. I don't really get geranium. I really don't get patchouli. I definitely get the lollipops. I don't really get the musk. I get all the things I love the most out of this, which is really good, because I'm not like in wax melts, I'm not really big into musk, patchouli, or like a geranium note. That's kind of a tough scent, but I really do love this one, and it has been a repurchase and will be a repurchase. And continuing on with some Super Tarts wax that I did melt in our bathrooms. Again, Blanche, what I use in the bathroom because it's laundry. This one I use in the bathroom because it's part of the Jaws lineup. And we all know Nelson loves his shark wax. Don't you, Nelson?
Yes, I do.
Yes. So Blown Up is part of that collection. So Jaws is basically all these scents right here. So Jaws would be sea salt, ozone, seagrass, plum, and pear. But to make Blown Up, they've added the lemon custard. And again, this is just a lovely scent. I love this particular one. It's beautiful. It's fresh, especially this time of year. It's spring. We just had rain, but you know what I mean? Like, we're trying to get into the warmer months. I do enjoy this one. Again, they're very strong. You only need 1 cube or even less sometimes, depending on your place and your warmer. But anyway, I love this one, and so does Nelson. Last Super Tarts clam that we're going to talk about today is Harley Quinn. This has been a repurchase for me, and it will be a repurchase in the future. This is pink sugar, waffle cone, and blackberry. Gorgeous. I'm going to go on a limb and say, if you have watched my videos and you know how much I love Beauty and the Beast, which is blackberry and magically delicious, I'm going to say you're going to really like this one too. So if you've already tried Beauty and the Beast, but you have not, or you're on the fence about purchasing Harley Quinn, definitely try yourself a clam of this when it becomes available. This is very, very good. It's not exactly the same, but it has a lot of the same essence because, of course, the blackberry. The waffle cone is very sweet, and then, of course, so is that pink sugar. So going on a limb saying, get you some if you really like Beauty and the Beast as well. All right, we have one item here from Walmart. This is from the Canadian Walmart. This is in a wax melt from Glade in clean linen. And I've had this one before. These are great. So just to show you guys, there are 6 cubes. It's a little bit more expensive than, say, Sensationals or Better Homes and Gardens. But look at the size differences between their cubes. same depth, but you can almost get two in one, like 2 pieces out of this one. So I do enjoy this one. Again, I love a clean, crisp bathroom scent. Really enjoy this one. This has been a repurchase of mine. Definitely would purchase this again in the future. All right, and then I went through 2 little scent shots from Destination Wax. We have Pear Salad and we have Isle of Skye. So the first one here is Pear Salad. It's described as fresh lettuce, red pear, slightly fruitier than fresh lettuce. I will agree. So what comes across, oddly enough, is lettuce. I mean, I know it's a salad, I know it says lettuce, but normally lettuce to me doesn't have a lot of scent, but there is more green, like in the lettuce end of thing, watery, and then a little bit of pear, and this was lovely. So Destination Wax, these are the scent shots. I split these in half and put one half in each one of my warmers in my living room, which is the main space of our condo, and it does very, very well. So some people use it 4 pieces. It's kind of however you wish. I really did enjoy this one. Would I repurchase in the future? I don't know if I would get Pear Salad. I did also purchase, I think it was just regular pear or juicy pear that I would, I still have to melt still. And when I do, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love that one more. So if I was to give them the choice, I wouldn't say I hate this one. It's just not my favorite. Next up, we have Isle of Skye, fresh mountain air from the Highlands, and a thermal blend of light juniper, mint, and vanilla. This is really, really good. I ordered this a long time ago before we even got married, because we were supposed to get married in Scotland in the Isle of Skye, in that area. Anyway, we all know how that turned out. But anyway, so this was really lovely. And this reminded me of something when I was younger, something nostalgic, and I don't even know what it is. I can't even put my finger on it, but again, I split this in half, but this one I used in our bathrooms. So we had 2 bathrooms, so put each half in the bathroom, and it's a lovely scent. Destination Wax, also a very, very awesome company. They do great wax melts. Next up, we have 3 Rainbow Melts scent shots. First one up is Fruit Punch Candy and Fizzy Pop. This is Sweet Candy, Fruit Punch, and Fizzy Pop. Now this I purchased 2 of the Fizzy Pop samplers and 2 of the lemonade samplers because I know I love them. She makes great melts. Again, they're all in these 2-ounce cups, and I split them in half and use them in different spaces in the home. This one we used in the living room. This is great. I definitely got the Fruit Punch, but with the Fizzy Pop collection, that's what you're going to get the most of. So for the Fizzy Pop, I always use either like Sprite or 7-Up. That's what I get. So you got lemon, lime, and sweetness. And of course I did get the Fruit Punch as well. It kind of reminded me of when I was a kid, that red Fruit Punch used to get. So yeah, I really do enjoy this. And like I said, I did purchase 2 of her samplers in the Fizzy Pop. So next up, we also have lemongrass green tea and Fizzy Pop from Rainbow Melts. I will make a note too. I really love how she has her name, her website, the name of the melt, which is also our description, but she also puts support dates on them. Thank you so much. You make my life so much easier, Crystal. Thank you. Anyway, so here we have, again, in the same size, 2 ounces. I split this in half, and I did put this in our bathrooms again. Really, really nice. Again, the Fizzy Pop comes out more of a 70 percentile, just like that first one, and then 30% lemongrass and green tea, which is okay by me because I love Fizzy Pop scents. Really did enjoy this one. And as I mentioned earlier, I did pick up 2 also of the samplers in the lemonade sampler. So this one is the lemonade and raspberry lilac. This is sweet tart lemonade and raspberry lilac, and it was just that. I'm happy to announce though, the lilac did not kind of jump out and scream at me. I definitely got a raspberry, a very mild lilac, and then lemonade. So just like the Fizzy Pop one that we just talked about, the 2 here, where the Fizzy Pop was the one that kind of rose to the top of the scent, lemonade rises to the top of anything from the lemonade sampler. That's hands down going to happen for all of them, and that's okay by me again. Lemonade, again, about 70%, and this is about 30%, which is fine by me. So the lemonade is nice, tart, lemony, sugary, and then you got the raspberry and the lilac. So I melted this one, split this in half, and melted this one in our bedroom because of that lilac scent. And I love that one. Last item from Rainbow Melts was Java Bistro. This is vanilla hazelnut coffee, vanilla butter fudge glazed donuts. Yum. Does it make you hungry? Because it makes me hungry, even though we were trying to be good and we ate like a bowl of oatmeal with craisins and coconuts. Trying to be good for lunch. But it sticks to your ribs, right? Anyway, but this, you're laughing at me. But it's so true. But this the description just makes me like, oh, yum. Like I want a coffee with all of that in it. But and butter fudge. Yes, bring on the fudge. Anyway, this is very, very good. This was also from Rainbow Melts, their sampler in their coffee sampler that they did up quite a while ago that I'm just trying to slowly go through. Like I mentioned earlier on, I like to melt coffee on the weekends when we're home. And right now we're in lockdown 2.0 here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and we can't even leave our little area. So anyway, so we're home a lot more on weekends. But anyway, I do enjoy this one. It's very, very good. Definitely check it out if she makes it available again soon. And last but not least, sad to say that I have no more left of the Cafe Cream Puffs from Southbound Calico. So Cafe Cream Puffs is described as roasted coffee beans, buttery pastry dough, creamy vanilla custard, sweet cream, and confectioner's sugar. This is the size bag. I think it's like a 9-ounce size bag that she pours all these really cute little shapes inside all of her bags. And I know that right now she has an opening for customs, but I tried emailing her to see if she will ship to Canada right now. Like, I know they weren't. So I'm like, oh, I would probably pick up a couple of these ones. And with Ramona moving, I'm like, oh gosh, I'm running out of options. I don't want to bug anybody else. But anyway, this is one of my favorite coffee scents. And if I can't get it on this pre-order, I'll look down the line in the future. But it is really good. I highly recommend Cafe Cream Puffs, especially if you are a lover of coffee, where you want the coffee of all these different scent notes to come forward before everything else. So highly recommend. This has been a repurchase, and this would be a repurchase of mine in the future. So you guys, that is everything. I think that was a lot. So again, we have lots of empties. We have just a couple items I'm still working through, and a couple candles that I'm going to be working on. Candles I have a harder time getting through. That's why you don't see me hauling a lot of candles unless I'm doing that to chop, because I just can't sit around and babysit them. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And let me know, have you guys tried any of these things down here that we talked about? And if so, let me know, what's your favorites? As always, you guys, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.